Hello everyone, and welcome to another beer review. Now, today is a Sunday video, so it's only beer. But it's not only beer, it's something a bit different. So there's going to be another alcohol to this. So I'm going to treat it, although it's a Sunday video, it's like a Sunday video with a little hint of Wednesday video. So today we're in the kind of penultimate beer, because I've started to do the fucking keg, but I can't do the keg until I've done the non-alcoholic lager. So we're just waiting to get that finished off, which hopefully will be coming out next week, which means I can then do, hopefully for the next Sunday video, a week today, hopefully we can do the Higsons kind of keg. But we're doing Higsons golden ale, you know, because we all love a golden ale, so we do, you know what I mean? And yes, this is a 4%er. But to go along with this, the wife brought me back some little kind of small tasters of the kind of the new whiskies appearing in Russia because of the sanctions and that type of stuff. A lot of the whiskies, their stocks have run down now, and they're now basically making their own whiskies and calling them. So they're now making whiskies over there and calling them Scotch whisky, and they get the kind of names wrong and everything else. And they're doing bourbons. I think it's a bourbon one, but so she brought me this little one, and this is apparently an apple whiskey infusion. And it's called Fowler's. It's 35% straight away, which is a bit strange. It's a wee 100ml bottle, because obviously you can't bring any more than that through, especially if you're on a flight, you know, things like that. Fowler's apple is created of selected whiskey which has been infused with the flavour of fresh apples. 35%, there you go, you know. Even put the kind of import fucking bit on the back, which is all fucking bullshit, because it's never been imported and it's green puff, you know what I mean? Wankers, because it's got the import duty of like 9% and all this fucking bollocks. It's all fucking pish. So it is. I wonder what that is, but I'll need to scan that and tell you. I need to update that in the fucking news. I wonder what that's going to take us. So Fowler's Apple Whiskey Infusion. This one actually says it's bottled in Russia. Anyway, so at least that was a wee bit more honest. The other one's a lot of willy pish. But anyway, what we got on here, we got a bit of stuff in the old Higson golden ale. Oh, Jesus, move that out of the way. What's it going to say? A refreshing golden ale with lemon, citrus, floral and tropical fruit in the nose. I fucking never read that. Saying I didn't read any of them, actually. That's a bit of a surprise. Oh God, maybe this is a Wednesday video, but it's just going to go out on a Sunday. You know what I mean? It's Fuggles hops give a warm, earthy spiciness. A medium bitterness is balanced with the biscuit and caramel flavours from the Maris Otter malts. Colour is 9 EBCs and the IBU is 20, so it's quite low in the old bitterness anyway. And there we go, and it says malted barley, malted wheat, hops, yeast, and there you go. It's 4%, 500ml. Let's crack it open and see what it takes us. Sha-da-da-da-dee. Oh, a lucky boy. So yeah, so there's another two to try that I'll kind of start to introduce. I think they'll be quite good fun. So they will. The wife wants to try some as well and that type of stuff. So, oh, getting slight cabbage off this fucking thing. I said, God knows why. Got a dark bottle, so you shouldn't really be getting that. But you don't know what's been going on before it got bottled. That's the problem. But yeah, it doesn't smell particularly appetising at this moment. Let's give a wee. Yeah, you're getting more of a cabbage smell at this distance. You're getting a bit at this distance, but it feels like it's too close to kind of not enough air passing through it. But yeah, you're getting kind of grain, maybe a little bit of malt, and yeah, you're getting slight hints of cabbage. But a further distance away, you're getting a bit more. Good start. So that's Oh, that's handy. Magnet on the actual thing's now picking bloody what do you call it. Right, shall we pour a little drop of this out? I'm not going to add water to it because you probably want to see me suffer. There we go, it's cracked. Oh, fucking hell, that doesn't smell natural. Wee glass. Right, I think that's enough. Don't even melt my teeth, you know what I mean? Right, what do you smell of? It's like all these other kind of infusions of apple. Yeah, it smells of fucking esters, so it does. It smells of fucking false apple flavours. So it's got these ester smells that are supposed to smell of apple. You know, you get the smell. It's like a cross between fucking pear drops and apple sours. You know what I mean? But yeah, you get the same type of smell from these other ones. I think basically Jack Daniels does it and all that. It's all fucking chemical pish. But they'll tell you it's always beautifully infused with all natural freshness and oh, there's us there fucking peeling away like bastards. Oh, what's another apple done there, boys? Oh, you know, that kind of shite. You know. And then what they do is they dry the perspiration and the freshly peeled apple and the young thighs of virgins and all that kind of shit, you know what I mean? And then Mother Superior comes in and blesses them and gives them a wee lick, kind of tongue test and all that. Well, it's fucking marvellous, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. And the Pope sucks the pits out the bottom, you know what I mean? You know, it's all that kind of shite, you know? You think, fuck off. Right, anyway, so we get back to this beauty. Kind of calmed down a wee bit. Not getting so much of the cabbage now. Not really getting much of anything now, unfortunately. Not just only is the kind of slightly kind of cabbage smells buggered off, but all I'm left is a little bit of grain not getting in now. Right, so we'll see what it tastes like. Hop extract. First impressions, that's all I'm getting at the back end. Not really much in the front of the mouth, not really much in the fucking mid-tongue. All I'm getting is a kind of slightly strong kind of hop flavour, just a generic hop flavour, but it's that kind of slightly, it's almost kind of piney. It's that much of a hop flavour, and it just brings to me as fucking hop extract, as if like they've brewed a generic ale, or they've bought a fucking pre-brewed generic ale, or basically just say do a cheap fucking generic fucking golden ale or light ale, and then you just add some hop extracts at the back end, that type of stuff, and maybe let it sit for fucking half a day to a day, and then bottle it the next day. Yeah, doesn't taste natural in any way, shape or form, which is quite disappointing. And obviously I'm looking at a dodgy kind of apple infused Russian whiskey. It's just going to be whiskey flavouring. I know they haven't barrelled it or done anything like that. It's just going to be whiskey flavouring. I'm not saying that the Russians couldn't make whiskey if they actually took the time and everything else, but this is to serve a market that's starving already, so they don't have time for that. So it's all basically chemical flavours. So looks like potentially I'm going to be disappointed with both drinks this evening for exactly the same reason. Go figure. Oh dear. I'm just hoping that this will kind of die down a wee bit and maybe I can get some more other flavours out of it. Right. Something tells me this is going to be kind of sweet, you know, and you can't really tell because it's just that kind of chemical, kind of esters, kind of false, kind of pear and apple kind of smell. Okay, here we go. Called it right. You've had triple sec or quadro. Looks a bit like that. And it is a chemical. It's a bit kind of, no, it feels like, you remember you used to get the apple sours? It's like apple sours, but with with a better base alcohol. So it's a better quality based alcohol, which is a grain spirit, just a basically neutral grain spirit. And then they've added sweetness, usually probably sugar syrup. And then obviously these kind of chemical flavours. But the chemical flavours, they're not overly strong, which is one of the good things, is that actually, strangely enough, doesn't actually taste so chemically. It is a chemical flavour, but it's not too much that it's kind of overbearing and you're starting to get kind of chemical aftertaste. You're not getting that, and because it's got a decent kind of base alcohol, and they've got the sweetness right. It's not overly sweet, and they haven't tried to put the kind of acidity into it. So I think they're kind of gone. I think obviously because of they're using the experience, because one of the major things was in Yugoslavia, during the kind of Cold War, the famous drinks in Yugoslavia was apricot brandy and kind of pear brandy and all these type of things, and it just kind of gives me more of the hint of the kind of slightly Yugoslavian under Tito, that kind of feel to it, the kind of, obviously before the Balkans kind of conflict and everything else, and everything kind of separated, but it just gave me that feel of the kind of more traditional Yugoslavian kind of flavoured brandy, but it's not, it's done as a more kind of vodka based. There's nothing whiskey about it. No flavours within that hint to whiskey, but it's smooth, and it's actually, as I'd like to say, an aperitif. If you looked at it as a kind of aperitif or a liqueur, it's actually not bad. As for apple whiskey infusion, don't see any whiskey flavours in that at all, but if you look at it as more of a liqueur, it's actually not too bad, and it's actually quite smooth. Definitely nowhere near as bad as what I thought it was going to be. So yeah, okay, fair play. Hold my hand up with that one. I thought it was going to be a heck of a lot worse. There is other ones to try that might be a lot worse, especially when you get down to the other two are supposed to be whiskies. And if this doesn't have any whiskey flavour in it, and it's supposed to be a whiskey and apple infusion, and all you can taste is apple and no whiskey, doesn't look good for these two buggers still up there. Which one is called the Scotch whiskey one is Nucky Thompson. I don't know what fucking Nucky is supposed to mean. Nutty maybe, but not fucking Nucky. Nucky Thompson. That's what a Willie Pisher will start. And then the other one's called Steersman Bourbon. Yeah, Steersman, you know what I mean? After a long day of shagging coos, you need a bourbon to get that taste of your mouth. You know what I mean? That type of thing, you know what I mean? Once you climb out your chaps and leave them lying in a heap on the floor, give them a kiss in the neck and go and get yourself a nice glass of Steersman. You know what I mean? That type of thing. But anyway. But yeah, it's not as bad as it was, but God knows what they're going to be like. Let's get back on the old piney hop extract. Yeah, it's all back end, and it's all kind of slightly hop extract. Oh Jesus, there's no, even after drinking this, I can still easily pick up that kind of hoppy extract. It's just too much at the back end, as if it's like, it's not really kind of integrated, it just is kind of sitting there, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's dreadful. This is piss. I can't even really break down the flavours, because there is no real flavours apart from this kind of hop oil kind of flavour, and it's quite a concentrated hop oil flavour you're getting at the back end. It's quite sickening and not pleasant, and overall it's just fucking dreadful. It really is. You're not even picking up any malt or grain. It's just kind of a non-flavoured liquid until you get to the kind of back of the mid-tongue, and then poof, all hell breaks loose with this horrible kind of overbearing generic hop flavour. So yeah, not nice at all. So what would I give this out of 10? Because I can't really continue with that. It's just undrinkable. It's just horrible. Well, it comes in a bottle that can be reused, which is handy. So it's got a 1 point for that. As for everything else, oh no. No, I can't give it any point for what's in. I can give it a point for the bottle. I can't give it any point for what's actually in the bottle, because that's just fucking disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So, yeah. It's 1 out of 10. I can't give it any more than that. It's just dreadful. It really is dreadful. It's roughly about the £1.49, but even then, even cheaper, if it was fucking free, it wouldn't save it. It's just shit. It really is. I've got to be honest. So this is actually not too bad, and this turned out to be taste better than what I thought it was going to be, and drink better than what I thought it would be. Still got nothing to do with whiskey in whatever shape or form. It's got no whiskey flavour. So if you're looking for a kind of sweet apple liqueur, then this is up your street if you can get it, fellas. This, well, it's just piss, absolute piss. So it's 4%, 500ml bottle. It's £1.49. It gets 1 out of 10. Don't buy it. Don't go near it. Avoid it. It's just horrible. Let's be totally honest. It's undrinkable just because of this hop extract that they've added too much of it, and it's not really integrated, so it just kind of appears at the back end, and it's just dreadful. It doesn't die down. You don't even get acclimatized to it. It's just every time it's just like, oh fuck no, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye for now.